Hello and welcome to the Twin Flames Universe channel. My name is Christine and I'm a proud student of Life Purpose class in Twin Flame Ascension School with Jeff and Celia. In today's video, we'll be talking about dealing with hopelessness on the Twin Flame journey, which is really common actually. Like a lot of us have been on the brink of giving up on this, of feeling like nothing is ever going to happen, nothing's ever going to change, it's going to be the same old over and over again. And yeah, there's actually a solution to this, and yeah, let's get right into it. So, hopelessness is pretty much the voice of ego. It's the voice of ego. And it's this little voice that you don't really need to listen to. Because the ego's agenda is not your happiness, it is not your good, and it is not fulfilling your heart's deepest... Damn it, I can't speak today. And it is not fulfilling your heart's deepest desires. However, the voice that is the one you should be listening to is the voice of the divine. And the divine's agenda is for you to live your life's purpose, for you to fulfill your dreams, and for you to be happy and joyful. So every time these thoughts about things never changing on your twin flame journey, or whatever negative thoughts come up, really question what voice is telling you this. Is it the voice of ego that wants to keep you stuck and miserable, or is it the voice of the divine that wants you to move forward and have this love that you so deeply desire? And there's a really good way to tell, and there really is a way between the two voices, because the voice of ego will always feel bad, it will always feel icky, it will always feel miserable. And the voice of the divine will always feel good, it will always feel peaceful. And that's a really easy and simple way to tell, and it's always accurate, right? Because you're naturally programmed to know God's voice, because you're a divine child of God. So you will always know the voice of your Creator in your heart. And you need to keep in mind also that the voice of ego is louder. And that's because the ego doesn't make a compelling argument, it's just yelling to be heard, because that's what it needs to do to be heard, right? It's got nothing else, it's empty. The voice of God, on the other hand, is always peaceful, because God always arrives at peace and there he remains. So to listen to the voice of God and what he's telling you your next step is on your twin flame journey, because ego is not your guide here, God is, because your twin flame journey is an ascension path to God. It's about your relationship with God, right? So listening to ego will not take you very far. Listening to ego will just keep you miserable and stuck in loops, right? And playing a blame game that never really ends up anywhere. And that's the thing about giving up too. There's no such thing as moving on from your twin flame journey. There's no such thing for moving on from God or from your life's purpose, right? Because that's who you were created as. So giving up and moving on is an illusion. And ego will give you more illusions the more you feed it. But you have a choice here, and you have the power not to feed the illusion, not to feed the ego, right? It's like the zoo, those inscriptions, don't feed the animals. In this case, don't feed the ego. Yeah, sometimes it might feel like the ego is right, but it's actually not, and only the voice of God is right. And you can listen to the voice of God not only within yourself, but also from your brothers and sisters, right? And but you will always recognize it because it feels good. So how do you deal with hopelessness, right? Now that you know that hopelessness is of the ego and you can avoid it, sure. But sometimes it might feel like you cannot. Well, you avoid hopelessness by having faith. And faith is a relationship you build with God. And from this relationship that you build with God, your twin flame is naturally attracted to you. Remember that your twin flame union is a direct reflection of your relationship with God. So if there are blocks to your communication with God, if you're resisting God, if you're not, if you're ignoring the voice of God and you're listening to ego instead, first, it's going to keep you hopeless for a long time, because that's the agenda of the ego. Secondly, you will not get the love that you desire, right? And it's not that you desire to give up on this journey, even if you feel like giving up. It's peace that you desire in love, right? At the core, you can feel it. And you can have that, even while going through this journey. And even if it, on the outside, it looks like you're in separation from your twin flame, you can have your peace And, you know, it's an illusion that your peace can be taken from you. Your peace can never be taken from you. And you can rest in the knowing that you and your twin flame are always one at the core, and there's no separating you. And of course, another thing that will help you with building this, you know, hope on this journey is having a community of like-minded people. And here I would urge you to be really careful about whose teachings about twin flames you consume, because many of those are, well, some of them are well-intentioned. They do keep you in separation because they don't know what they're talking about, right? So again, use your heart to discern, does this teaching feel good or is it of the ego? And if it doesn't feel good, it's safe to, you know, not listen to it, not apply it. And if a teaching feels good, then embrace it, go all in with it. And I'm not talking feels good in the high sense, right? Getting high. I'm talking about, does it feel peaceful? Does it feel loving? Does it feel true in your heart? You know, as a divine being, you know what is true and what's not. And if you don't have a community of like-minded people and you feel lonely, then I highly recommend joining our open forum. The link is in the description below. Joining our open forum, you'll receive such wealth of support and love there. So really, there's no need to keep yourself cut off, because there are people who understand. And some people are on the same stage as you are. Other people are in Harmonious Union, over 30 couples at the time of this recording, right? So you can learn so much from them and so much from sharing and exchanging, right? So yeah, really don't hesitate to do that. And another thing that helped me so much on my twin flame journey, keeping hopeful, was working with my Ascension coach. And yeah, this might feel like, oh, that's something I'll do later, whatever, coaching, whatever. But yeah, it's been so valuable for me because I personally went through a false twin flame experience. And yes, it felt hopeless when I was just doing the mirror exercise all day long and he's not reflecting any of that. What's going on here? And yes, it can feel so strange and lonely, right? But yeah, as soon as I had I brought it up with my coach and he helped me through that, right? And so this is what really helps with keeping hopeful, because you know there's a person supporting you right here, right? And this is so valuable. And of course, when you claim more support in the form of your coach, in the form of Twin Flame Ascension School also, you move through your blocks much quicker. So everything feels much more hopeful because you're seeing more on the outside and you're claiming more support. You're seeing more of your love reflected to you because you're healing much faster. So I highly recommend claiming more support if that's something that you desire. And another tip I would like to give you is to be patient with yourself. This is a journey of faith, so sometimes you will not see anything on the outside changing for a long time. Focus on your heart. How do you feel? Do you feel more peaceful than, you know, even an hour ago, right? You know, if you did the mirror exercise just now. Do you feel happier? Do you feel even a little bit? Just keep following that, and you know, just you place one foot in front of the other and you take the steps, and that's how you do it. No matter what stage you're in, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out your journey or if you've been in it for 10 years, 20 years. It's all about claiming the right support and having the right resources. And you're here now, so I highly suggest you take advantage of our amazing resources that are linked below to really support you on this journey, because yeah, it can feel really hopeless when you're stuck in a loop, right? And yeah, another tip I would like to share is making the choice to move forward. Do not underestimate the power of your choice, okay? It's so important. It might feel like you're not powerful, but trust me, you are. And everything you have in your life, you manifest it to you, right? So even the situations that feel bad. So if you have the power to manifest something that feels really bad, you have the power to manifest something that feels really good. And that's also your Harmonious Twin Flame Union. So yeah, you have the power to manifest like this really bad relationship or this really bad thing. Yeah, you know, you have the power now and you can choose differently. And that's how you don't manifest the bad thing anymore. You say no to it. And yes, you have the power to do that. You do that by healing within with a mirror exercise, whatever feels bad. And you do that by also saying no, setting your boundaries on the external, right? So for example, let's say your twin flame is dating other people. And in your external reality, you get attention from everyone but your twin flame. Yes, you heal within first. What does this bring up for you? The fact that they're dating someone else. heal that, love yourself fully, come to peace with it. And just accept this is how it is right now. And I love my twin flame unconditionally, and I love myself unconditionally, and I have faith. And just surrender it to God afterwards. And then, whenever something in your reality manifests that is testing you, you just say no to it. But this time, instead of just saying no to it, but having this false belief at the back of your mind, like, for example, if you had a false belief that I don't deserve my twin flame, they deserve to be with someone that loves them better, right? If you have this at the back of your mind and you say no to anybody else on the external, and you seem like you're just messaging your twin flame and chasing them on the outside, right? Of course, there's not going to be much happening. But if you combine the inner work with the external steps, right? You know, if you go to your twin flame and you express love to them and you feel confident and you're like, you know what? You're my man or my woman, and I claim you, and I know we're meant to be, and I love you, and I accept where you are at your journey right now, then you're going to have much different results, and I guarantee that. It's a really different energy, like you can feel it. You know, the energy of, because you can't hide from your twin flame, they're your ultimate mirror. So if you have something in your consciousness that doesn't feel enough or whatever, they sense that. Doesn't matter what appearance you put up on the outside. So yeah, this is all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it insightful. If you did, feel free to click the like button and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content from our students here at Twin Flames Universe. I'm also a certified Ascension coach affiliated with Twin Flames Universe, so if you would like support on your Twin Flame journey, if you would like to claim a coaching session with me and work on your journey with me, then my links are in the description below. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.